I also want to thank everyone for the presentation tonight, and those of you in the audience that stayed around this late time. I wanted to very briefly touch on what San Leandro couple wrote in an email to me. And they said that while we prefer that all the homes be for sale rather than for rent, we recognize the reality that today's housing market simply does not support that notion. They also said we initially had concerns about the affordable component until we took a bus tour of local bridge housing complexes. The buildings were stylish, impeccably maintained, and looks like other neighborhood buildings. And you know, I would also encourage people there that to take these, to avail themselves of the opportunity to take the next bus tour that Bridge Housing offers, whether it's on the 11th or the 25th. In fact, I would even encourage maybe to offer both dates if possible, or to have another date in November so people can avail themselves of that. Because I think if they see what affordable housing looks like right now, you'll win a lot more converts. On the schools, since my wife is going to be one of the new school board members, I too encourage you to work something out with the school district. I know that you said it was in their court, but avail yourselves and go to them again. I think that transit-oriented development is the wave of the future. It's smart growth. It's what a lot of environmental groups have been encouraging for many years, including this Sierra Club. It makes no sense to me to have cars drive in from Modesto and Ripon to go to work in the cities. I think in the long run, if we develop along transit corridors, that it gets people out of their cars and reduces the pollution. I agree with the Berkeley professor who can make an argument that it actually becomes less congested. I think that, well, like my son, for instance, I'll give you, my son is a math teacher. He's 27 years old. Most of his friends are between 25 and 35. He doesn't own a car, and a lot of his friends don't own a car either. They just use public transportation. I'm not there yet either, Jeff. But I'm trying to work there. I try to ride my bike more. I try to take buses when I can, because we all have to reduce our carbon footprint. I do think that a lot of young professionals will try to buy or rent along transportation corridors, and I think that will eventually help us reduce our congestion and air pollution. One of my campaign slogan when I ran just this last June, well, there was three things I ran on. One was trying to improve the education in San Leandro. One was to increase public safety by hiring more police officers. And the third was smart growth along transportation corridors. And every place I went, I talked about smart growth and how it would benefit our city. I'd like to see our city become more like a European city, where there's people walking along the streets, they're riding bikes along the streets. To me, that's going to improve our city of San Leandro, which I too love, some people said tonight. So I think that it still baffles me to hear people say that they're surprised by this, because I know that the CAC met 10 times, you know, and they had community input. I was at some of those meetings, not at all of them, but most of the people there were in favor of this project. And I think some people need to follow the process a little more carefully, and I do think that if they take the tour or take the tours that are offered, that they can be brought around. That's all I have to say tonight. Thank you very much.